Day 2 of Versus, or VS for short. So today is base expansion day, and you can see here there's a smaller list. So use 1 minute of construction speed up, increase building power, dispatch a UR trade truck, perform 1 legendary secret task, buy anything that contains diamonds, and recruit your survivors. So I'm going to show you a couple of those right now, because the other thing you want to check is when do things align with arms races. And on base expansion day, there are 2 times it aligns, right at the beginning and right at the end. So it is best to use as much as you can right now and then save everything else for the end. And so what I mean by that is your speed ups. If you want to use your speed ups right now, so I've got a few things. I've got 2 hours and 6 minutes on my bottom one here. So I can go ahead and speed that up to get some construction speed up points. But I'm not going to pop it yet. I can save the popping for the end of the day as like a last minute boost. But now I have a freed up builder that I can go and build something. Ideally, you want to keep an eye on the capital buffs right before reset and apply as quickly as possible. I was doing a stronghold seize, so I'm a little farther behind the line. But I do have a build. So you'd want to wait till you have the buff to do the build, but I have one that's not going to take very long. So I'm going to go ahead and start it. The rest, I'm going to wait to speed up and do more building when I have the capital buff. So what I'm going to talk through right now is your trucks. There's 2 ways to send your trucks. You can send your trucks from this view, but you have a little bit more control over your trucks if you send it from this view. So you can see I already have a gold truck lined up. So I'm going to go ahead and send that one out. And there you go, I got my 200,000 points. I only send trucks with my strongest squad because they get plundered the least often. But what I can do is I can sit here and refresh and say, okay, that's a good gold truck. I'm going to save that one. I'm going to refresh this one to be gold. That's actually a really good purple, so I might save that one for tomorrow. And what I mean by that is I'm going to go and refresh this. This is a good gold truck, so I'll leave this one to do later. When this truck comes back, I can then refresh it to gold and send that one out and save this purple one for tomorrow, because that's a really good one. I don't necessarily want to refresh on that. So now let's look at legendary tasks. I do have a different post on how to do legendary tasks, but I'm going to give a little bit more details here. So you can see I only have 1 gold legendary task. So I'm going to go ahead and send that out. And then I have 2 options here. You might only have 1. If you are, I believe it's at level 27, you get access to the mega deploy and mega refresh. And so I can do refresh here, and you can see that it'll change all of them to legendary tasks, but it's going to cost me all of my refreshes plus 100 diamonds. The other option is to just try the refreshes on my own. So I got 2. I'm going to go ahead and send those because they're only 2 hours. So I'll be available to pick them up. And you can see the time it's going to take right here. So this will be ready to collect in 2 hours. The only way to prevent somebody from plundering your task is to pick it up on time. You can see now they've got a countdown down here, letting me know when they'll be ready. On my ally tasks, I'm going to flip over here really quickly. This is when this ally task is going to be available in 1 hour and 51 minutes. So if you're scrolling through here and you're like, oh, I really want this secret task right here. Well, then you know that in 1 hour and 55 minutes, it's going to be available to assist, unless your ally picks it up quickly. So you do want to try and catch these when the timer runs out. So I'm going to go ahead and try my refresh again. I got 1 more. And I'll show you, for those of you that have the mega deploy, what it looks like. Now that I've done a couple, you'll see that it's now only going to take all of those and no diamonds. So I'm going to hit confirm so you can see, and I've got all gold. Now I can do mega deploy. I don't have enough heroes to send all of them out right now. So I'm going to send those 2. And then because it's late for me, I'm not going to be around to wait 4 hours for them to come back after these do and send them out. So I'm going to do those in the morning. But they'll sit there and wait for me until the morning. So those are your secret tasks, your speed ups, and your trucks. The survivors, a couple of ways to get there: recruit heroes and scroll over to your survivors. You can also get there by clicking on your survivor building. And I'm going to go recruit my survivors because they do not align with an arms race at all. And then that will be all that I do now until I get my capital buff for starting more building upgrades. So then you come and get your chests that you've opened already. See how many more you need to get to reach all of them, all 9 boxes. You can check on where your team is at compared to your other. Now we're doing well, but our alliance is in a different time zone, so they'll come on later and catch back up. But right now, here's where we're at.